Now that we think about it, even the draft of bren esports is really on the safe route because they went in for a single target, a type of post 5 with the Kaja, because earlier it was a lot easier for onic to set up a play, having that IMU on the Lolita Ultimate Luminum Blast. So really nice for bren.
Yeah. Now, mid-lane matchup here, we've seen the Valentina picking up the boots. And for the side of Few, he wants the mana regen, so he's not letting go of this lane. But on the side of Onyx, something tells me that this Valentina is going to go places.
Yeah, I'm wondering too, at this point, if you are Super Prince, which ultimate's going to be better here for you to take. You got some great options. They already get an early flicker out from Few, so that is going to be a little bit of an advantage they can play around still. But, the threat, especially when Ogwin gets that level 4, that Divine Judgment's available, that is something to really consider. But, still, again, going back to the point, Super Prince, do you take the Divine Judgment? Do you decide to go ahead and take the final slash? Or possibly even the RWM? You have that real-world manipulation aside from you, too.
Yeah, since we're talking about how the tanks could go in this game, let's talk about how Onyx Philippines has 2 tenacities, Chantel on their side. What's so big of a difference here against bren esports? Flapteezy's 1 tenacity.
Definitely for bren esports. Okay, we have 2 tenacities for onic Philippines. Majority of the damage in terms of late game will be coming from supermarco. So they're just really prepared for that damage that could bring forth by bren esports.
Well, there's the damage. They didn't. Oh, no, they did. Super Prince goes in, grabs the first blood. Now going to be looking for Few. He didn't have the flicker, so it's a double. Already Super Prince early on, 2 minutes into the game.
Just look at that Super Prince in front of the players of bren esports. He was actually level 3. He just waited and positioned himself and waited to be level 4. After that, he went in for the IMU. Fast hands, actually, fast move for Super Prince, because at that time, at that moment, he was still at level 3, and he is aware of that he will be on the upper hand in terms of leveling, as to why he went in and went for the RWM. And it's just bren esports that's not prepared for that initiation from onic Philippines. And again, onic is just taking their time. They also have the sprint, by the way, for Nets, who could be part of the team fight later on. Flicker has been used.
Flicker goes in. Super Prince going to fall here. There's the real world manipulation. They're still going to be battling out for the turtle as well, forcing Kekadut and Ryota to run away. Sensui slides in, grabs the turtle, and punches his way out.
Talking about Sensui Instinct being consistent on this retry battles. My gosh. He just keeps on doing it good.
Yep, and the mastery of the hero as well. That was a nice knockout strike to back away against the players of bren esports. And there is another gold swing, although the gold is not yet that high for both of our teams. Now, looking at the gold, if we focus on the gold laners, we have almost the same for the squad and even the Brody, considering that the squad has the Avers. So this is really nice for supermarco. And I believe for Ryota, the best or the possible first item would be Darkness Ice.
Okay, Kekadut jumps in once again, forcing that flicker out. Gonna get whittled down here. Kekadut gets torn apart, but it's Ogwin that grabs the second kill of the game here for bren. So Ogwin going to be off to a good start in terms of itemization early on. He's going to be a part of that big reliance. A big reliance is going to be on Ogwin to find those pickoffs. Now that especially we see this Kaja with a nice lead and having the Divine Judgment available to him.
Yeah, from that clash, like Super Marco, he was in the distance, letting go his counterpart memory at super on point, right? So with that, who's going to catch or who's going to get him from onic Philippines? Because the distance, man, you need to mind that on how you would want to infiltrate the ambush, or you would want to infiltrate the backline, as you guys mentioned on the draft.
Yeah, and we saw that earlier. Actually, even the potential of this Brody is aware, or bren esports was aware during this draft, that onic Philippines most probably will go again to adapt in mostly our tanks. So knowing that there is a tanky hero for Ryota and even Kekidot, it is a nice positioning for supermarco, because every time you've mentioned infiltrate. So every time onic Philippines wants to infiltrate, supermarco will just go for the Abyssum Strike, for those stacks.
Yeah.
And after that, you go for the torn apart memory.
Yeah, all about ultimates connecting onto one goal. Take down members of onic Philippines. But right now, as bren esports has the lead, now the question could be, on how will they go up against Ensui. Man, talking about consistency here.
Kekadu did jump in the bottom side, both. It was a 2 versus 2 here. Supermarco, though. I know we didn't see it on camera, but they made a great play. Turtle going to be secured here. And now Kyle Teasy falls. onic Philippines just unleashing on all parts of the map. Leona going to go in, gets a little bit of regen back, has the shield up here. Flap Teasy still going to be hunting for the kill. A nice final slash, but not enough to get the kill he was looking for.
Ooh, that was a 0.2 distance on hooking Flap Teasy onto his turret.
Now we see the similarities and differences in terms of play style for both of our XP laners that was being brought up before this series has started. Now, earlier it was around 50s or maybe 100 lead for the gold laners. Now it is around 500. So for onic Philippines, they just have to continue what they're doing. They are a 2K gold lead. The main problem for them as of now is if there is going to be a divine judgment from Open.
There it is. As you say it, Chantel, they do find Kekadu here, and they take him down. Supermarco grabbing the kill. And that's all they got to do, right? Play around the divine judgment like you were saying.
Yeah, but the thing here is that since for bren esports, they only have a single target crowd control, then they will wait.
Oh, wow.
That got you going too. I know. I mean, just seeing it, you're like, Nets, what's going on here?
Okay.
The supermarket say no.
Stop the explanation right now. Again, for your bren esports, we all thought that they will set up a play if there's a divine judgment for Owen. No, they are aware that there's already a damage for Supermarco. They really have just to force and as much as possible seclude the players of Philippines on a specific place. So for onic, there is a gold swing from 2.2k, now it's 600. So what they want right now is to destroy turrets as much as possible.
He landed the spear into the King's Calling. It goes. Flap Teasy getting taken down right before this third turtle comes up here. onic Philippines going to be hunting for a perfect take on the turtle. Supermarco going to be in trouble.
That was close.
That was close for Nets. Kyle Teasy secured the turtle, though. So a little bit of trade here, but onic Philippines still holding on to a lead.
Man, Bren Esports was all over the place. And onic also was responding, yeah, hey, we could cover all the bases on how this objective could go. But that two-man casualty for Bren Esports, they would really need to lessen that a bit as they go in the game.
Yeah, actually for Supermarco, I wasn't really sure, or we're not really sure as to why he's there.
Why he's there,
because majority of the players of Bren are really on the other side of the map. There's a possibility that he's just trying to pick that weight.
Well, everybody just focusing down Kyle Teasy here. Using that King's Calling too. Doesn't escape though. Now there's the Divine Judgment. Going to go ahead and pull Kekadu out of there. The team not sure if they want to commit, but now Flap Teasy going to take a couple shots. What a spear! Finding 3 coming out from Ryota, and they punish Bren as members all fall here near the Tier 2 turret.
3! They take 3 from Bren Esports with a perfect hook and spear. Talking about being a Franco, but you're a spear.
I think this is the first time that I saw a Spear of Glory take 3 players. Most of the time it's just 1.
Man.
2, look at that. In an instant, the Spear of Glory.
Franco who?
Franco who? I am Atoy R. I mean,
I'm Arlen.
Atoy R. I mean, I'm a player that uses R a lot, and now I'm Vincent R. I'm the god of hooks.
There
Why
you
not?
go. Oh, man.
That was nice. And for Bren Esports, they're just not ready for that type of Spear of Glory.
The perfect spear. We've seen him miss an inch in getting Flap Teasy up top. Well, yeah, here's a bounce back. I think 3 for my team. Oh, look at that. Sensui.
Oh, they're going to crash down once again. As the sandwich play comes out. Flap Teasy trying to buy some time with a final slash. He's bobbing, he's weaving. Kekadu quite low, had the immortality. Going to be popped here. Supermarco should be able to grab the kill. But look at the backside. They're forcing onic Philippines back here. Ogwin grabbed the kill. Response from Super Prince. But Lord is for the taking here for Bren.
This is indeed a battle of XP laners. It was a nice setup play from Ariana, but at the same time, there's a counter final slash for Bren Esports as to why they secure the Lord. So timing is a bit critical as of the moment in terms of using the skills. But right now, onic is still on the lead. So for Bren Esports, they really have to capitalize this Lord that they have. Maybe take down 2 to 3 turrets, but it will march in at the bottom. Good thing for onic Philippines, their minion wave is really high on this lane. So it will march very slow. But yeah, we see right now that for the Mincitar, the next item would be the Dominance Eyes. So we're just waiting again for that synchronization of skills for onic Philippines. But for Bren Esports, the damage is already there.
Well, talking about damage, call me in. I'm going to use this hero once I go back to my house. No Franco games now. We'll talk about Spear. It has the same cooldown as Franco. That's how you change the game. So is Bren Esports prepared for this attacks? Because they were lacking the defense there.
Yep. And I think for Bren Esports, wait, we hear the conceal again. You know what? When I hear the conceal, it's as if a warning sign that I have to stop talking, right?
Little siren goes off. It's like, hold that thought, you know?
There might be another play. The Lord march in at the bottom lane. We could see a change in terms of the item for the boots, specifically for Flap TZ onto this game.
Yeah, so they're going to have to go ahead and make quick work of that Lord. As they do, it's only the first one of the game here. But, you know, you're seeing onic Philippines, even despite that lead, the struggle that they're having now playing around this pretty much power play that Bren throws at them. So onic Philippines still going to be trying to hold on to as much space as possible. But with what they've already lost, especially bottom side, Bren will punish them for that. You got to see if onic Philippines, again, can start the fights on their own, right? Which is really going to come down to Kakadu either finding the setups like he's been doing so far throughout the series, or even Ryota, right? We already saw a great Spear of Glory, so that's obviously a possibility too.
Definitely, they really have to replicate that type of play again for onic Philippines. But with the looks of Bren Esports, they're just prepared on the positioning. Look at that, the position of Ogwin and even Flap TZ. That is intense visioning. Again, since we has the immortality, yes, but once a proc, it is a lot easier for the side of Bren Esports to be, you know, really aggressive.
Okay, so they could force out onic Philippines because we're talking about how they would go up against a team fight. That's how they deplete the resources of onic Philippines. Burn down flickers, burn down ultimates. But will they blink though? Because at this point, they could completely go like on full flow as they enter the late game, because at this point Bren Esports has gotten grip so far on what was missing in the early game.
Yep, and Bren Esports, again, speaking of grip, they are actually ready to drip on their grip on this Lord Pit, right?
There you go.
Those are the rhymes.
Those are rhymes of the century right now, as now the eyes are set here on the Lord. And they're going to be working on it. The dance is going to ensue here. Both teams setting up. Look at the rollers. Kakadu goes in, finds his mark, forces Owen to flicker out. Real world manipulation going to come down to forcing another flicker. There's the spear, finding Flap TZ. Divine Judgment's going to be the response. He still has the immortality. Going to be popped here. Nets unleashing though as he gets rid of Kyle TZ. I set on another target as supermarco falls. Ogwin and Few last to be alive. And it looks like onic Philippines calls the go for the Lord.
Atoy R is on a different level on this game. Again, those Spears of Glory, the King's Calling. Man, those were really on point. Every time a player from a Bren Esports wants to back away, there's just another spear. So why they got the Lord, and the goal lead is now at 4.2k. So we saw that it was a setup play from Kakadu that didn't really go well. But at the same time, because of the skill set that onic Philippines has on their heroes, it was easier to say to Bren that nope, you can't get away this time on this setup play that we want. So looking at the itemization, we have a mixture of more on the defense and even added offense for Ryota's item. Next could be a Sky Guardian Helmet or a Guardian Helmet so that he's not to back away on every team fight. But again, we have the Lord middle lane and, bottom lane, and middle lane is the target of onic Philippines.
Now Ryota, as we call it Spear of Glory, I'm going to call it Spear of Nightmares. Just imagine how a hook-changing play from onic Philippines that give them now the advantage of 5.2k goal lead. And they cage in Bren Esports with the Lord pushing down bottom. Now the big question is, can they defend? And when we are seeing 3 waves.
Oh, again!
another
Look
one!
at the lay of ultimates being brought down upon Bren. And another crazy setup and a top performance here from onic Philippines against Bren Esports as they unleash, continuing the assault on the base. onic Philippines now possibly going to close it out here. Super Prince just has too much damage as he falls though. Can they hold on? Ryota and Kekadude. Kekadude's going to miss. Supermarco just outstepping, outplaying, holding on. It's a savage. Bren Esports on the shoulders of Supermarco stay in the game to possibly march down mid and end it.
Just when we thought Bren Esports is gonna lose this game, they're just prepared for the defense. Supermarco, again, we've mentioned the Abyssal Strike, those torn apart, and the possible damage from the torn apart memory. The player that will be alive on this one-way push of Bren Esports, there are actually 3 players. Actually, majority of the players of onic, so they really have to defend this one out. For Bren Esports, they have the force to take that positioning on the Lord. That was the first Savage, right? This season, right?
I do not have the...
I mean, they'll just comment left if I'm not right.
Well, right now, with that savage performance,
Don't
we
doubt
can
yourself, you
count
got
it.
it.
We can count it in. Because what we saw there, we talked about how Bren Esports could have the items to defend their base. We only need Supermarco for the super defense. And that was 5 members of onic Philippines who fall down. And it only took one way of having his sidesteps work. Bren Esports, is this their window? Is this their chance? And now the odds are starting to get even. 3 turrets left from onic Philippines base. Now this Lord will change everything. The one who gets the rope and taking this Lord. Just imagine right now on a streak, on a flow, who could take it?
Speaking of who will take it, take note of the positioning of Ogwen and Supermarco. Okay, so there's a difference in terms of Onyx and Bren's take on this Lord objective taking. So right now, Kyle TZ and Flap TZ is the only vision that onic has. Kekidut will have the vision against Ogwen, and we will hear now the conceal play. This is going to be intense.
That's the warning sign, right? Conceal play going to come out. Both roamers looking to see who's going to find that setup they're looking for. Sensui gives a call. They go for it. There's the Terrify. Ogwen going to be in trouble here. Everything being unleashed. Real world manipulation on top of it. Flap TZ going to fall, though. Kyle TZ still quite healthy. Gets the immortality to pop here. Kekadude goes in. The cover is there. Here comes Super Prince. Immortality is popped. It's
Oh my God, the bottom lane!
falls. The bottom lane's pushing in, and Nets makes a beeline to the crystal. He's a couple hits away, and onic Philippines sweeps the top seed. Bren Esports.
Nothing